We have different sessions. So some I have sessions that I do by myself, right? And I also have sessions I do with Paul. What's great about that is that's also part of my journey. I was married before, and then but it wasn't in alignment. And Paul and I are in complete alignment. Like our legacies build on each other. We are the embodiment of collective power. We support each other. So it has like a dual purpose, right? Because we do speak together, we do share our stories, and our stories matter, right? Our stories show that it's not like we had it all figured out. And I think that's what's important. And I think that resonates with folks. So our sessions start with our story about how we did climb that social economic ladder. We understand the pressures that exist from our families, from society, from work, right? And we have to make that effort. You have to put in that work to find that alignment. But once you do, and like once you unpack that, right, that's where the magic is. And that we, as like for Hispanic Heritage Month specifically, is even more tailored, that message, because in our communities, right, there's all these other narratives we're told about, like that those dreams are unrealistic. Esas son babosas, you have to be grounded and you have to put your head down, right? We have these other narratives that we have like ingrained since childhood, right? So it's even that extra step we have to take of challenging all those limiting beliefs and to be able to reconnect, right, with our dreams, our aspirations, and also do the planning, right? Like that it doesn't have to be like, sometimes it's overwhelming when we think about these pivots we have to make, whether they're small or big, because we're like, oh my God, I have to uproot my whole life. But it's like we overestimate we can do in a year and underestimate we can do in 5. So some of these talks we do is a lot of like that storytelling of our stories, but also the practicality of it. Okay, so how do you find alignment? That's why I wrote the book, right? Because the book was like, I was reading stuff and I was like, I know there's a thing called purpose. I have these visions, but everything I read, right, was by men or white men not looking like me, and they didn't say the how. And I was like obsessed with, but I need the how and I need the tangible, right? And so once I was able to unpack this, to share that, and so I share that in the workshop, right? It's tangible. You leave there knowing how to unpack what are the questions you need to ask yourself, and how do you unpack your how to and value add, and realize that you do have a value add regardless of position. It's not when I become a director or when I become CEO, or even you have people CEOs that's like when I make, bring in 5-10 million. No, it's now. Like you can bring impact now, and you've brought it in since you were 7, right? So it's a lot of this inspirational thing. Other talks, that's like on the keynote. Other workshops we do is that we take that even a step further, right? Okay, so shorter on the story and more on this actual like workshopping. Let's unpack like this superpower. Let's do our ruta de vida, or like our lifeline, right? And really see what is that alignment, what is that feeling and impact we have? Because sometimes we confuse like the metrics with really what is it that our vision has, right? We're like, oh, we want a yacht, or we want this, or we want that. And it's like, no, really make it tangible. When you really think 5, 10, 15 years from now, what is it that you want to feel? And how is it that you want to impact? And let's work from there on that vision, and how do we create that, right? And so it's really unlearning and decolonizing our minds, and really going and recentering, like you said, it's that reconnection. And we need these times, like we need these workshops, even at work, because you have to disconnect to reconnect.